Goals win matches, winning matches wins league titles, but according to Roger Hanna, Cyriel is not up to the task. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Roger Hanna doesn't believe Rangers can win title 56 with Cyriel as their starting striker, and let's hear it for the horse's mouth.
Do Rangers need to improve that starting 11 to be title contenders, or are they already that?
Here's the thing. Rangers and Celtic are ahead of the rest. So if we have a comparison here that they're going to win the majority of the games, maybe the odd slip up either side. Rangers, if they win their 2 games in hand, are still 2 points behind. So you would think in all likelihood need to beat Celtic at Ibrox. They might then need to get a result after the split against Celtic at Celtic Park. I don't think Rangers will take 4 or 6 points off Celtic with Cyriel at centre forward. I think signing another striker between now and the end of this month could be the difference between Rangers winning the league and Rangers not winning the league.
Well put. Thank you very much.
I always do like a good Rogering, and Roger Hanna is absolutely correct here. I've been going on about this for the past couple of weeks / months. If Rangers sign a striker, i.e. Lawrence Shankland, I can say his name here, just know on my channel, Rangers would have a great chance of winning the league, and I even said they would win the league. But I ranted earlier today about the Dumbarton performance with Cyriel you're not going to do anything. Right, see with Dessers, and if they just kept the exact same squad, you have a decent chance of still winning the Scottish Cup, because you're still like, one of the top 2 teams in the country, and that's just simple math. But when it comes to Europe, later rounds, like quarter-finals, semi-finals, and going toe-to-toe with Celtic for this league title, i.e. another game at Ibrox, another game at Celtic Park, and also just factor in way more league games than this cup games, Rangers are snookered, in my opinion. Dessers ain't taking them anywhere. You can miss 4 chances, 5 chances against Dumbarton, you're not going to get punished. See, when it comes to the last 16, taking on teams like West Ham, Dortmund, Braga, and there's probably other better teams in there as well, like Liverpool, for example, Brighton, that is when you're going to come stuck. Also when you're taking on Celtic, the league. You've seen Cyriel his arse literally collapsed at Parkhead.
Well, the good news is I don't think Dessers is going to need to score goals against the likes of West Ham or Dortmund to win the league for Rangers.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about Europe.
Which was the point of this video, but yeah, no, I get your point, Europe.
Aye, so I'm just talking about in general. Rangers need, for the whole scale of this season, Rangers need to bring in a striker. It's not just about the league. But yeah, let's go back to the main purpose about this video, because it is all about the league. I don't care about Europe, man.
It is the league, and I think Roger...
What good's bringing a striker in if it gets Rangers to the semi-final of the Europa League? I want a striker in to win the league.
I think Richard...
Richard, it's bloody Roger.
Aye, Roger that.
It's no Richarding, it's Rogering.
Rogering, well, we all like a good Rogering, but I think Roger Hanna, for such an intelligent man, he broke it down in layman's terms, and he made it quite simple. For Rangers to win the league, he thinks they have to take at least 4 points off of Celtic, and I could not agree more. You cannot win the league if you lose all the Old Firm games, and Rangers have already lost 2 of them. So for me, Rangers have to win at least 1. They have to share the points, but they're already 8 behind. Even if they win their 2 games in hand, that makes it 2 points. They still need to take more points off of Celtic to get in front of them. Now, Celtic will drop points against other teams, but so are Rangers. So I think Roger Hanna's spot on the money here to suggest that Rangers will need to get at least 4 points, maybe 6 against Celtic in order to win the league. And when I look at Dessers, if he's the man up front, if he's the main attacking threat, is he the guy that's going to help you beat Celtic? Based on the 2 Old Firm games we've already seen this season, it would be a hard no, especially that last game where he was awful. He wasn't any good in the first one either. Him and his chuckle brother Sam Lammers doing a really good job of gifting Celtic that win at Ibrox earlier in the season, and then at Celtic Park he had his opportunities, and probably the best one was when he was clean through and he allowed Alistair Johnston to sneak up from behind and pocket the ball away from him. So yeah, for me, Dessers has had his chances in the Old Firm games, and he's done nothing so far. He's been bad, he's been poor. It's not like he's been shut out the games, it's not like he's been given no opportunities. He's had chances and he's not been able to take them. Dessers isn't good enough. I don't think with Dessers up front, Rangers are going to beat Celtic twice now. Of course, the goals could come from other areas, but your attacker, your number 9, your main threat up front is the guy that you're relying on, and Rangers just cannot rely on him. It's been proven time and time again, and I don't see how it's going to change the second half of the season. So I agree with Roger Hanna. If Rangers go into the next Old 2 Firm games with Shankland up front, for example, I can see Shankland getting the goals to beat Celtic. I don't see Cyriel Dessers getting the goals to beat Celtic. It took him 5-6 chances last night to get a goal against Dumbarton. He's not going to get 5 or 6 chances against Celtic, so he needs to be more clinical. He needs to be better all round, and I don't think he's got what it takes. We've seen that moment of brilliance against Real Betis, but that was one time where he showed something. You can't just have one moment and then live off that for the next 6 months, okay? He needs to be showing it more regularly, and he just doesn't do it. I don't think he's got it. I think he's a flop. I think Rangers need to get rid of him. And I think Rangers need to replace him this window if they're going to win the league. So I agree with Roger Hannah. Look, this guy always wins, beat the pundit. He's normally right, and he's right again.
And he starts on -1, but for Rangers, they're starting on -8, and it's cold in Glasgow. We've heard it all before. The Premiership's coming back. And what I would say as well, right, it's not just about goals with Dessers. Look how much Morelos get plastered, right? He didn't score goals against Celtic, right? And you know what? His record against them's horrendous. But let's not pretend every game he was awful. He was a thorn in Celtic's side because he always gets stuck in. Dessers goes missing. See, apart from missing chances, he didn't do anything. Yo, and I'm not trying to sit here for a second and say Morelos didn't miss chances against Celtic. He missed a bucket load, way more than Dessers has. But Dessers only played 2 games. But is Morelos just not much more all-round better? Take goals out of it. You know, he was always a nuisance for the centre-backs.
Maybe not in his final year.
Aye, but we'll not.
Where he was pretty much lazy and didn't do anything, but no, I mean, yeah, Morelos.
You look at Shankland, right? I know that's what we all want to talk about going to Rangers, but even if he doesn't bring you goals, he gives you that bit of physicality up front. Dessers runs like he shat himself, and he shat himself at Parkhead. Looks like he's carrying a horse and carriage behind him, man.
Yeah, well, that horse and carriage won't have any league titles in it if Dessers remains starting up front.
No, it's simple. If Rangers don't sign a striker, they won't win the league.
We've said it, Roger Hannah said it, it must be true. And on that note, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Bean Fog Football. Leave a like, but leave a comment as well and let us know down below. Do you agree with Roger Hannah? Do you think that it's that simple? Rangers simply cannot win the league if they do not sign a striker? Or do you think that Dessers can improve? Or do you think Dessers can still be shit, but Rangers can get goals from elsewhere in the team and find enough goals to go on and win the league title? I mean, that can happen. But in the big games, you're relying on your main man up front to win them for you. Yes, Tavernier can contribute. Yes, they've got other players from midfield that can contribute with goals. But it's the man up front that you expect to get you the goals. And I just don't think we'll see Dessers.
Obviously, there's a scenario, though, right, where Celtic dropped the ball like they did. You know, they lost 2 games in a row. And Rangers, despite having Dessers in the team, clawed the gap back.
Yeah, Rangers could win the next old 2 firm games with Tavernier penalties 1-0.
Well, they could.
That could happen.
It'd be beautiful. It'd be.
And who knows, maybe FIAR would redeem itself. And maybe Willie Collin wouldn't be such a dick if he could award a couple of penalties. That could happen. But the likelihood is, over the 2 old firm games, you're going to need your striker to score a goal. And I don't think Dessers is going to.
And I don't want to say I'd be shocked if this happened, but because it just shouldn't happen. But I would kind of be shocked if Rangers lost all 4 old firm games. I think at Ibrox they will win. I think they have to learn for the first 2 old firms this season, man. I mean, 2023, how many old firms did Rangers lose? Like 6? That's unforgivable.
Well, they've already lost 2, and that's a 12-point swing.
Yep.
So you
can't afford 24 points getting swung.
Just imagine if Rangers had won the first old 2 firm games.
Yep.
The league title would be over.
It would be. Well, so be near enough over.
Close enough to being over. Anyway, guys, that is it. If you lose all old firm games, then it's a 24-point swing and no one's coming back for that. The other team can't be good enough to beat you 4 times, but then also be bad enough to drop enough points against the other teams in the league. That's not happening. Anyway, we'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.